Okay, good morning. Okay, today we're going to be working with shape. We're going to be working with shape. Shape is an element of art. Some shapes are geometrical, some shapes are organic or abstract. Today we are going to be working with organic or abstract shapes. We are also going to be working with color. Color is also an element of art. Colors can be primary, like red, blue, and yellow, and colors can be secondary, like orange, green, and purple. We also have intermediate colors, which we are not going to discuss today. And colors can be complementary. Complementary colors include when we pair up red and green, these are called complementary colors. Notice with the complementary colors, one is a primary color and one is a secondary color. Primary color, red, has only one color in it, red. The green, however, is made up of two primary colors, which is yellow and blue. Another set of complementary colors is yellow and purple. Yellow and purple. Yellow, of course, is a primary color, and purple is a secondary color because it has two colors in it, red plus blue. And the last set of complementary colors are orange and blue. Orange is the secondary color and blue is the primary color. That's right. Orange is secondary because it has two colors in it. It has two primary colors in it. The two primary colors that make orange are red plus yellow. So over here we have our primary colors and over here we have our secondary colors. So we have our secondary colors, green, purple, and orange. And we have our primary colors, which is red, blue, and yellow. Okay, the other thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at balance. Balance is a principle of art. Okay, balance is a principle. We're going to be looking at symmetrical balance. There's also asymmetrical balance, but today we're going to look at symmetrical balance. Another kind of balance is radial balance, but today we are worrying about symmetrical or focusing on symmetrical balance. Okay, the finished product should look not just like this, but this is an idea of what we are doing. In this finished product, I have the secondary colors on one side of the picture and the primary colors on the other side. The symmetrical balance is happening with the shapes because these two shapes here mirror each other. That's symmetrical balance. These two shapes mirror each other. That's symmetrical balance. These two shapes mirror each other. That is symmetrical balance. The nice thing about abstract or organic shapes, you can turn the picture whatever way you want. This will be fine. This is fine. This, whichever way. I actually like it when it's vertical like this. You have a choice. You don't have to settle for one orientation. Okay. So now we're going to actually create our work of art. We're going to need scissors, glue, secondary colors, and primary colors. So, what I'm going to do is to make sure that the shapes are the same so that we can have symmetrical balance. I'm going to pair up the secondary, pair up the complementary colors together. I'm going to put the yellow and purple together, yellow and purple together. And I'm going to put the red and green together. And I'm going to put the orange and blue together. So one is a secondary color, one is a primary color. One is a secondary color, the other is a primary color. One is a secondary color, the other is a primary color. So you first get your pairs, put your complementary colors together. So you all know what those are. Then I'm going to take my red and green, and I'm just going to randomly cut. I'm going to cut them together. I'm going to cut these together because I want two shapes that look alike so that they can mirror each other. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this into any shape that you want, whatever your little heart desires. Anything you want. As intricate as you like, anything that comes to mind, it's fine. Okay, I don't like this part here, so I'm going to fix this part. I'm going to settle, I have two shapes that are the same, and when I open them up like a butterfly, they mirror each other. So this is how I'm going to place them on my paper, on my background, right here, on my background paper. Okay. Now I'm going to take the next set of complementary colors, the purple and yellow, and I'm going to cut these into a shape, two shapes, cut them together. Any shape you want, we're doing organic shapes. Any shape your little heart desires. Make sure you keep them together. Then of course you want to make sure you keep these symmetrical because we're creating symmetrical balance. So I cut that. Now when I open it up like this, these two pieces like this mirror each other. And I'm going to place these onto my paper. I'm going to put this over here so you can see it better. And I'll get rid of my scraps. I'm going to pull this down so you can have a look at this. I'm going to arrange these. And don't glue it down yet because you want to arrange it the way you want it. Then I'm going to take the last set of complementary colors and I'm going to put these two pieces of paper together. Now if you have trouble holding them together, you can probably put a paper clip on it. So I'm going to cut this one out. How am I going to do this? Let's see, I think I'm going to give this one some. We're cutting it out now into a nice organic or abstract shape. Abstract means it doesn't really have you can't say this is a shoe or this is a house or this is it doesn't really have, cannot name it. You can't name it. If you can name something, it's not abstract. So you cannot name it. You can't say, oh, that's a snake or that's a shoe. Or it's just abstract. It's organic. It's just naturally occurring. So I cut the orange and blue, and now I'm going to open them up to create a mirror image and get rid of my scraps. And I'm going to glue these down. I'm going to play around with them a little bit just to make sure I like how they look on the paper. I think I want to bring them more towards the center. Actually, yeah. And then all I'm going to do is glue them down. I'm going to leave those in place. I'm going to pick this one up. And when you glue, please don't use a lot of glue. Look at the amount of glue I'm using. So you squeeze the bottle gently. Let me give it a little shake. Squeeze it gently. Okay, it's not coming out, so we'll try. Clear that. It's better to use a glue stick, but I do not have a glue stick. So, oops, that's a little bit too much glue right there. So you take your time. And I don't even have to squeeze the glue now. And I'm going right around the perimeter of this here. I'm going to make sure it lays down nice and flat. See that? That's not a lot of glue on that. Okay. I'm going to put this one in place. Right here. A little messy there. Press my hands on it. Then I'm going to make sure you glue the correct side. This is the side that's going to be stuck onto the. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on it, not a lot. I'm gently squeezing the bottle. I'm not squeezing it hard. Very gently. Very, very gently. Okay? That's all the glue that you need. Make sure the little pointy tips have some glue on them. And then I want to make sure this image mirrors the green image. So I'm going to put it down. Let's see. That looks about right. Then I'll glue the middle pieces down. Same thing. Little bit of glue. Little bit. Little bit. Little bit. Little bit of glue here, little bit of glue here. So I put the glue on this piece here, see that? Now I'm going to lay it down right here like this. I want to make sure this one here, I'm going to put the glue on it. More glue here. Make sure this little piece got some glue on it. Pointy edges, you really want to make sure you get a little bit of glue on that. A little bit here. So I put the glue on this piece here. No glue is dripping all over the place. The glue is not everywhere. It's not a mess. And now I'm going to make sure this image is in a position that it mirrors this other one. So rest my hand here. And the last two shapes I'm going to glue. Little bit of glue. Little bit of glue. See that? And I'm going to, I think I want this one like this. Then the last shape we're going to glue down. Little bit of glue, not a lot, little bit, about like that. No glue is dripping, very little glue is needed. And then we're going to make sure this image mirrors this one. And we have our finished product here. Now, you can experiment with what color you make the background. I think it would have looked really, really nice on black paper. You can try it on white paper. You can try it on different colored paper and see what happens. Now, you have to be careful that, for instance, if you have a yellow background you're going to lose this color here. You won't be able to see it because the contrast will be too low. If you have an orange background, this one will disappear into the orange background. If you have a blue paper, this one may disappear. So try and use either black or white. Because these are really bright colors, a black background would really, really be beautiful. So I want you to go ahead and try to do the same exercise with different colored backgrounds. Notice we have all of the primary colors here, blue, yellow, red, and on the other side we have the secondary colors. And that's your project. Now you can try this with all kinds of shapes. You can even let the shapes overlap for a more advanced use of this lesson. You can make the shapes more complicated. You can make shapes overlap. You can try other kinds of shapes. You can try geometric shapes. You can try all kinds of different things. You can try doing it with just maybe black and white paper. So just take the concepts today that we learned about and you can experiment further with them. You can go ahead and try to do some other pictures that create symmetrical balance. Symmetrical balance is like a mirror image. It's the same on both sides. So you can do some work with symmetrical balance and then you can hand that in to me. And that's all for today. What I want to do is show you the finished products from our last lesson very quickly. Kian and I finished the products, and these are the finished products from last time. I promised that I would show them to you. So here they are, completed. It's always nice to matte your pictures. When I say matte, I mean give it a nice little background. I gave this one a nice background color. It just enhances the whole thing. So imagine this here. Imagine this with this color being black, a black background, and then a nice white border around it. So try different things like that. Try to enhance your work. And don't forget to put a signature on your work. If you don't put a signature on there, you cannot sell it. And I'm sure you guys are going to create some beautiful, beautiful artwork. And I am sure there's someone out there that would love to have your work hanging up on their wall to beautify their environment. Have a safe and happy day and just keep creating, keep on using your imagination. Bye-bye for now.